Hello Tankers of Blitz universe, this intro never seemed more fitting than with the advent of update 2.9, which brings us the Starchaser, or a very fancy name for a slightly garish looking Panzer Kampfwagen with a Schmallturm, a narrow turret. Wargaming have two bundles on this thing, a premium bundle for 18 euros, giving you quite a bit of gold, 100k of credits, and a smaller bundle, no gold, 50k of credits, but it does include a tank and camouflage on both bundles, and you get a garage slot. As usual in the Baptism of Fire gameplay, we're going to take a look at whether this tank is worth the money. We're flicking through the stats here. You see 950 hit points, and as you can see already, this tank is all about the gun and the turret. In World War II, the Schmallturm version of the Panzer IV was proposed to augment the firepower of the Panzer IV, and while it was technically feasible to mount a turret on top of the Panzer IV chassis, this tank offered no improvement over the Panther in terms of protection, etc., as it mounted basically the same gun. In Blitz it's a good tank, I think, a tier 6 premium. I'm loading it up with basically the same type of consumables and equipment as I usually do on a medium. And I'd like to pack quite a bit of APCR just in case, and as you can see it cost me 40 quid, 40k in credits. 15 is quite a bit, it's quite much. If you are playing on a standard account, I think you could do with 7 or 8, but do remind, as I was pressing that button, you don't have to pay with gold for premium ammo. It can be bought with credits, and packing just a few rounds, it's very good to have. First map, new Oasis Palms, or well, new, it's been here a lot already. I'd love to have Wargaming get the old Oasis Palms back into the map rotation as well, to give it even more variation. But as it is now, we are playing here on the Dune side and missed the first shot on the Stuk. Gonna try to land a second one in. Nope, and that one misses as well, because the aim time on the gun is pretty good, but the dispersion is quite big on the tank. Trying to permatrack the Stuk here. I'm loading adrenaline, can't permatrack him, can put one more shot in, and that's not the kill shot. You have an average damage of 160 on the tank, and 160 is not a lot, even at tier 6. However, the rate of fire is pretty good at around 11 shots a minute, and that makes for a very nice DPM if you fit a rammer like I did, and maybe use adrenaline if possible. You can really dish out the damage in a short amount of time, and this tank, it is very much a support tank. We're gonna see in one of the next games where I'm trying to be a bit more aggressive that it's not very movable. Do note, I am driving on this map without any of the new fuels you can buy from Wargaming. One bit of fuel gives you 3% extra engine power, the other gives you 10%. Hull down, it's good fun, but as you can see already here, I'm going up and it's moving down in kilometers per hour pretty quick. Permatracking the KV-1S here, drop adrenaline again, and here we go, keeping him in place. And this is what the tank is all about, keeping the enemy occupied and using the gun, using the DPM you have there. Just one tank remains, Stuk 3, the German tier 5 tank destroyer. I think he's around the spawn, maybe in the spawn, maybe AFK, but we spot him over here in town, and as it turns out he's not AFK. Shot on the move, that one goes in. Yes, he is AFK, one more shot in. Trying to ram him, but the Leopard gets him before I do. Nevertheless, quite a solid game, 7-1 win, and no loss in hit points apart from that ram against the Stuk. A lot of people have bought the tank already. This gave me a 3rd class medal, a Confederate, and some of the marksmanship. 18 shots fired, 14 hits, 13 penetrations. That's not a lot. And as you can see, quite well done on the credits earned, and that's because I haven't used any provisions at all. Putting on the Starchaser camo, the legendary camo, on all the slots, summer, winter and desert. I wasn't wearing any camo in the first match because I didn't have it installed in the desert slot. Putting on the 2 types of fuel, the added fuel and chocolate, to add to the crew, mastery and crew skills, and onwards and upwards we go into Himmelsdorf. Himmelsdorf is a flat map. Basically just a few bumps around and small raised areas here on the left. I'd like to go towards the train side to the left. The Kuro is asking right side please. Everybody seems to be moving off to the right, so I'm not gonna go all by myself. First spot is gonna be to the left here, KV1, and I probably shouldn't reverse back. I do. I miss a shot on him, but luckily he's packing the U11 howitzer or just shooting HE. Not doing a lot of damage. And I'd like to show you an excellent hull down position over here. You can see I can go all the way into this building over here. And yes, we have connection again. Ping spike, lag spike. But okay. Shot on the move on the M4. That one goes in because I tried to stop. Moving over the cap, get another one shot from the KV, or a shot in the back, I don't know. Was I shot in this sequence? Nope. Safely across the square. 2-1 up already. KV1 had just fired. One more shot into the KV going around him. Bit of track damage. One more shot. Thank you. Kuro takes the kill. And that's what you really shouldn't do in a heavy tank like a KV or a Kuro or whatever. Stay on top of one of these ramps. You can see I'm just looking over. Yeah, Panzer blocks my shot. In comes the big gun from the Kuro, and that M4 is gonna be gone in 60 seconds or less. 3-3 now, 4-3 now. This match might be viewed as a close call, but we are pretty well stocked on health still. VK is full health. Kuro has 3/4 left. I'm pretty much full as well, and there's a Panzer IV S over here. And you shouldn't confuse this Panzer IV S with the Panzer IV O I'm driving now. You can see it on top over there. Both of our signatures, our designations are different, but it's basically the same tank. The Panzer IV S or Schmallturn becomes a Panzer IV O once it mounts this Star Wars type of camouflage scheme. And I think it would be good if you hopped into the tank before a battle, and then a voice wouldn't say like let's roll out, or let's get the show on the road, or it really should say, Luke, I'm your Panzer, something like that, with a Darth Vader voice. But I think you get you get the general idea. As for both of the Starchaser bundles, I'd like to give my opinion on it. I think it's a bit of a rip-off for Wargaming to charge you 18 euros for a bundle with a tank, a garage slot, some camouflage you can buy with credits, and you have to re-buy it with credits every time you want to use it. Still, that's only credits, but they give you some extra credits as a gift. And I mean, 100k of credits, that's 5, 6, maybe 7 games at tier 3 or 4 with even a standard account if you go easy on adrenaline, consumables, provisions, etc. Like you can see here, you can swap around, you can change the camouflage on the tank if you want to, so it becomes less garish looking. But I think Wargaming should include more gold on the tank. No credits, or maybe 1 or 2 days of premium account if they charge you 18 euros for a tank. The tank itself is very good. We're gonna do the final match on this episode of the Baptism of Fire gameplay series. There are quite a few now in the tank reviews playlist. Please have a look at them. They're mostly on premium tanks that were in bundles or are now in the tech tree, and a lot of the vehicles might make their way to the tech tree. The T62 is probably coming. Same goes for the Chinokai or Shinobi. Still need to do a review on that tank, that Japanese thingy. E25 will probably make it to the tech tree. But like I said, take a look at the Baptism of Fire tank reviews playlist, because the series seems to be well received, and I thank everybody for watching and for the support. Back to the game. We're going to attack this Jackson over here. I think he made a wrong move going up over there, and especially staying there, because I'm shooting him now and he's still staying there. You can see it now from that small icon on top. He's tracked now, and he's tracked on top of a rock. I'm happy to join in over here, trying to keep him tracked. I'm using the lookout bar below and using auto aim to keep him tracked. That's gonna be in a new basic Blitz video soon. And because I was feeling quite confident with the tank and knowing how it got around, I'd like to take it onto a small circle of death on this Matilda Black Prince. Matilda is a slow tank to traverse, but as you can see, so is the Schmallturm. It bleeds speed in the corners. It's not the fastest of tanks, even with the improved fuel I'm running, and I don't have any trouble taking out this Black Prince, Matilda BP, but that has more to do with the fact that it's probably a new player driving the tank, and I do know what that Matilda is capable of, and then with the tank itself, the Schmallturn being a great tank. This one over here, T-3485, would be far better to circle around. The Panzer III/4 you can see to my left here is a pretty good circling tank, because it's far quicker. A bouncy shot from the 85, thus keeping the Panzer IV from being shot at again. And that about concludes the episode for today. Like I said, final verdict: if you like a tank which is about the gun, which is about shooting enemies, about good accuracy, then you have to get this tank. Aim time is very good, dispersion not so much, but the aim time is quick enough to make up for that. Slow tank, bit underwhelming in terms of mobility and engine power, but a tank all about the gun. Cheers all, happy tanking.